Hollywood going woke was pretty easy to see coming. But what happened next, no one expected. Sports went woke. See that guy standing while everyone else is kneeling? That's Jonathan Isaac.
That's right, that is Jonathan Isaac. Many big-name brands are going woke. One man and one company, though, going to take a different approach. Unite Us, which is being launched by Orlando Magic star Jonathan Isaac, is going to help foster a love of God and country. NBA star Jonathan Isaac joins us now to discuss. Jonathan, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You know, you've said that companies, they have the freedom to go woke, but we have the freedom to create an alternative. Why did you think that it was necessary to start Unite Us?
I thought it was necessary because it really does feel like overnight. I know it's not overnight, but it feels like overnight that companies, corporations, the media have just decided to go one direction. And I feel that that direction really does undermine the values that we love and hold dear and speak of: love of God, love of country. And I think that in a free society with free Americans and adults, we have the freedom to create an alternative and go in a direction that we see fit. It's not about hate. It's not about going against anybody. It is simply about, for me at least, giving people who understand the value and necessity of faith in Christ, faith in our founding principles and values. I want to give those people their flowers and let them know that there is somebody that stands up for them and wants to see these values celebrated in our marketplace and culture.
You're such a strong person of faith, and you know, you believe very deeply in this country. But here's the question for you about Unite Us. How do you promote traditional Christian or American values through these products? How are you going to accomplish that?
Well, I think it's just about what we decide to stand for, right? There's a portion of social media, there's posting, there's all different things like that. There's what you give your money to as a company at the end of the day, what you support, veterans, all these different type of things that we're talking about standing up for. And then just being a voice for people. I want it to be something that creates an environment and community of people that know that they're coming together and standing up for these values, and they know that they have a company that's behind them and backing them and wanting to see them be successful. And for me, it's more so about walking out the values that we want to see celebrated in our marketplace and culture. And so not just talking the talk, but actually walking the walk and celebrating and walking out these values.
Yeah, you're really sticking your neck out here, Jonathan. Are you concerned about being canceled or your career being impacted because you're bucking the trend? You're bucking that woke trend?
Well, I definitely know that it's a possibility. I had the moment back in 2020 where I decided to, not wear the BLM T-shirt or kneel for the national anthem, and that was a fear then. But I just continued to just stand for what I feel like is right for me. One thing my pastor told me at that time was that you cannot stand for God and God not stand for you. And so that's what I'm continuing to try to just live my life through. And if it does happen that I can't play basketball anymore, then it is what it is. But I do believe that there is freedom, and hopefully it doesn't come to that. But at the end of the day, we never know.
Yeah, when much of the NBA, as you said, the players were kneeling for the national anthem, you were one of the few who stood to honor our country. What was that message at that moment? Because you had to make a really conscious choice that you were going to do something different and really step out. What was the message that you were trying to send at that moment? And did you get any pushback from your team at that point?
I definitely got some pushback, and I understand it. There were guys who were very passionate, and just people in general around the league and just around the country at the time. There were people who were very passionate about the Black Lives Matter movement and organization, and I understood why. For me personally, I just didn't agree with the tone and the rhetoric of the movement, and I felt that on the T-shirt and the national anthem, I would be co-signing their message, and I didn't want to do that. I'm a Christian. I believe that it's not going to be a movement, an organization, or a political party that truly brings healing to American people or people around the world. It's going to be the gospel of Jesus Christ that can truly penetrate the heart of men on both white and black side and bring people together. And so the message that I wanted to share was that we all fall short of God's glory. And if we're going to throw stones at a person or a race for that matter, we're throwing stones from a glass house. And I want to treat people the way that I would want to be treated if I was in a situation of, being caught like that or doing something terrible at the end of the day. And so I just wanted to show love and try to bring people together.
It's such a powerful message, Jonathan. You pushed back. Consumers are also pushing back against corporate efforts to change the culture or wokeism. We've seen it with Target and Bud Light, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Really, at the end of the day, what do you hope Unitas accomplishes?
What I hope Unitas accomplishes is building that community of people who are not only upholding these values and wanting to see these values upheld, but striving to live by them. One of the things I say, and I want it to be a pillar of Unitas, is that I don't always live up to my Christian values. I don't always do the right thing at all times, but that doesn't mean I throw them out or that, being a follower of Jesus Christ is a bad thing. I try my best to continue to uphold those values each and every day, and I get better at them. And I think that's what America has done. I think one nation under God with liberty and justice for all was a worthy goal. And we can continue to strive towards being better at that. And we have, but I don't think all of that needs to be thrown out. And so I just want to see people walking the walk, talking the talk, and living out these values for everyone to see, and then having a sense of courage and confidence in the values that they uphold through their merchandise.
Well, where can people learn more about the brand and get some Unitas gear?
Yeah, they can just stay tuned with me. It's not out yet. It's going to drop in August. And so just stay tuned on my personal social medias, Jonathan Isaac on Instagram, Twitter, and I'm sure you'll see the launch once it's time.
Jonathan Isaac, thank you so much for your courage, your example, and for being with us, and we wish you all the best, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.